Hey guys, welcome to today's Vehicle Visionary. Today my friends at Jaguar of Shreveport have loaned me this 2020 Jaguar F Pace S. And I will list all of the trim levels for the F Pace on the screen along with their base price. This particular model being an S, of course it has the S body kit on it. It's going to look a lot more sporty and have a lot of features that basically involve making the vehicle look like it's what it really is. You know, pretty much a luxury SUV, but it also is high performance. Under the hood, as we'll see shortly, is the powerful supercharged V6. And this is a compact luxury SUV, but being a small SUV doesn't mean that it's necessarily light when it comes to its weight. But something that Jaguar has done, besides fixing a lot of little issues over the years that basically plagued the F Pace, those are all gone now. So if you were thinking to yourself, I would love to own an F Pace, but the buts have been taken care of. But the point that I wanted to make here, the adaptive suspension is tuned in such a way that when you're driving it around, you can't really tell that it's as heavy of a vehicle as it is. It doesn't have the handling characteristics of a heavy SUV. The exterior color on this particular model is Fuji White, and the interior is called Light Oyster. And as you can see, it definitely looks luxurious, and it really fits the term performance, at least in my opinion. And of course you can see also you have a panoramic sunroof up there. Here on the doors you'll find the power folding heated side view mirrors. They also have memory settings, so depending on who's driving the vehicle, they will return to a certain position for each person. Depending on how many settings, of course there's only so many settings for that, but depending, you have a couple of different drivers, obviously that's going to be very helpful. And here is the supercharged 3-liter V6, not shy on horsepower at 380 horsepower. I would really like to be able to remove this and see the supercharger, but we're not going to do that today. And it may not be that hard, but I don't really want to mess with that. But I will say one thing about it. If you're a high performance enthusiast and you want to step on the loud pedal, so to speak, I found it very interesting that when I did that earlier, that you could actually hear the whine of the supercharger. So hopefully you'll be able to hear that on the video as we take our test drive later on. And with the black rims, I like that. It took a while for those to grow on me, but I really like the color black. I just don't think that chrome rims would fit with this particular vehicle. You also have the red brake calipers as well, and a nice sporty look on the rear. You've got the dual exhaust and of course the roof spoiler right here that just kind of finishes off the look of the sportiness of the vehicle. And we'll open up the rear cargo area here. You do have a cargo cover, and this is removable. If you want to remove that, you can. Of course, you have multiple tie-down points and places to hang grocery bags and things like that. And even though it's a little bit on the heavy side, I didn't take all the stuff out today, but that's a lot to remove, all the goodies there. But I want to show you something that I think a lot of you are going to like. There is a full-size spare tire here. Because we see a lot more vehicles in this day and age coming with the spare tire repair kit. Let me make sure I get this back in place. There we go. Of course, you can fold the rear seats down. You have a split folding rear seat, and I'll show you how to lower those real quick just so you know. Not difficult at all. The latch is right here on the outside of the seat. Same thing on the passenger side, and you can just fold these down. Quite a bit of storage space, and of course you do have a power rear lift gate, multiple ways for opening and or closing that. There's an additional option for closing the rear lift gate. And let me show you something here real quick. Here is the remote, and you'll notice there is no remote start button. However, remote start is available on the F Pace, but it comes through the app that you will install on your cell phone. And of course, we've already taken a quick look at the interior. We'll look at the doors here. Nice large door bin here. You've got a nice large space here for bottles of water or whatever you may want to use. And here on the rear of the console, of course, dual air conditioning vents. You've got 2 USB ports down here and a 12-volt power outlet. More storage on the rear of the seats here. And of course the fold-down armrest, and you've got 2 drink holders right there. We'll move on to the front seat. Of course, you have power seats, fully adjustable for the driver and the passenger, and basically the same thing you had on the rear as far as the door bins go. Nice, luxurious, very well made. None of these materials are cheap. You're not going to be buying something that basically has knockoff materials that are cheaply made to look like something that's luxurious, but it's really not. Everything here is luxurious. You've got the contrast stitching right here. A very, very high-end vehicle. And of course, I listed the price on the screen earlier through the shot from the dealership's website, the screenshot. And we'll take a quick look at the exterior or interior from the outside real quick before we hop inside. And of course, as you would expect, push button start right here. And you'll notice that the steering wheel is fully power and adjustable telescopically, as you can see right there, and you can move it up or down, so it's adjustable with tilt and telescopic movements basically. And of course you have shifter paddles here, and of course everything you would expect here with your steering wheel mounted controls. Of course, you've got all sorts of safety features here, all that good stuff here. I'll list the safety features on the screen for you that this vehicle has, at least this particular model. And of course you can go through a lot of different settings here on the dashboard. And as you can see, you also have traffic sign recognition as well. You have a digital speedometer there in the middle, but of course the analog gauges, say that correctly, analog gauges as well. And the steering wheel itself is nice and comfortable as a leather wrapped steering wheel. Do like the feel of that steering wheel. And here's your infotainment screen. Not difficult to use. I think it's very simple. Just a real simple thing to navigate around. Navigation, very easy to use. Of course, you can hit home and go back to that main screen. You've got media, you've got phone, you've got everything that you would expect here. And if you want to get to basically all the individual areas where you can configure the vehicle however you want to, you even have valet mode, of course, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto available. And your eco data, let's click on that real quick. Not a lot to see there right now, but that basically kind of gives you an idea of what you have. You can hit the back button right there. Of course, you do have cameras as well, so we can get that to come up. And that's one of the nice things about this particular vehicle. Not all vehicles, I'm not in reverse right now, but if I wanted to see what was behind me without putting the vehicle in reverse via the rotary gear shifter right here, well, I can do that right there. It's a very nice feature, something that a lot more vehicles are starting to have, but not all do at this point. And basically just everything you would expect, all the nice conveniences and all that good stuff here, voice commands. Dual zone climate control here. As you can see, I've got the temperature set a little bit higher than normal. It's actually somewhat cool here in Louisiana today. And right down here is the button that I love to turn off. And believe it or not, it's on right now. But I don't know if you can see that real well. There you go. Now you can see it. When that light is on the auto stop start feature, that means that it is off. And right up here, I hope you can see that on the screen, it says that it's off. And that's a good thing for me personally. Of course, you can toggle between the different modes here with the arrows on each side. And of course, if you wish to turn traction control off or back on, that's how you do that. There's your electric parking brake. And you do have sport mode if you wish to use that. All you're going to do is go past drive right there, the D, and go to S, and then you're going to be in sport mode. And I tell you what, it's a lot of fun to drive in sport mode. And of course, you've got 2 more beverage holders right here. And even though I have a few things sitting here inside the console, let me move some of the stuff out so you can kind of see what's there. There is some space there. You've got 2 more USB ports and another 12-volt power outlet as well. If you wish to use valet mode, there is the slot for your memory card. And you can use that as well. Of course, if you want to conceal the cup holders away, the beverage holders, that's how you do that right there. Just Nice little simple features and conveniences. So let's do one more little pull here. It really will push you back in the seat nicely. So if you're looking for a high-performance luxury compact SUV, the F Pace is definitely going to receive high marks, at least in my book. But I'd be curious to know in the comments what all of you think, who maybe have driven one, own one, or maybe you're a car reviewer here on YouTube and you have reviewed one of these F Paces. I'd like to thank my friends at Jaguar of Shreveport for loaning me this F Pace for the day. And of course, all of you for being kind enough to take the time to watch. If you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure to check out another one of the videos that is on the screen right now. And look forward to seeing you in my next video. Have a great day.